All right, let me share this as well on Reddit. We're back. The customer just came to drop an X3 with a socket repair. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let me fix this here. Position. Okay, so here we are. Now what I'm doing, oh no, I think I lost the shifter cable. Let's see if I can scope it out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like being with my back to you guys, sorry. Okay. Cool. You shift the cable, pull. Here we go. Okay. Start connecting. Connecting the bottom bracket cable. E-shifter cables are pulled. Kick lock cable is pulled. Now we go for the front fork. I'm gonna finish installing the kick lock because at least that part is done. And then we go for the front fork, which is like, can you see the back good? A little bit here, cool. It's like the second tricky part of the repair. Because, yeah, that one with, the screws on the frame. The screws on the frame, it's a little bit tricky. Sometimes. I've spent a lot of time. Kick lock is in. At this point, if you're a beginner, hello Sabine, bella tu. So, what I was saying, now if you're like a beginner, thank you so much for the hearts. It really means a lot, It's very cool. It's the first time I see hearts on YouTube. Thanks. The part one is just uploading, and this is part two, where we're gonna finish the socket repair together, and we're gonna hope it works, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Patience. Do it again. So, as I was saying, at this point, you like it? Yeah, it's an amazing bike. It's a look for me. Nothing can compare to the S3. Nothing. So, at this point, if you're a beginner, that you only did like, let's say, under 20 or under 30 sockets, I would suggest you to test the battery in the smart unit. After you put in the kick lock, You slide in the battery, you slide in the smart unit, and see if the bike, wakes up. Because sometimes when you're a beginner, you don't align it very well, and you're gonna start doing the front fork and everything, and it could be that the battery is not connected well. So this is the moment where you stop a little bit the repair and start doing a little bit of testing. Since I did so many, I kind of go through. Thank you everybody that's joining and sending likes and hearts. It would mean a lot to me if you guys could subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing this a lot. Yeah, probably every socket I'm gonna do it. And next week we got an X3. We got 2 X3 sockets here, and that's the holy grail, because there's no videos on the internet about it, and it's not easy. I would, like, all my years of experience, still suffer. You're gonna hear me like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do it? How many subs do I have? 170. It's not a lot. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And numbers are numbers, man. It's not about that. It's just like to reach more people, help more people, I think that's cool. Go in with the kick lock pin. Last video we did took almost 40 minutes. 171. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sabine, where are you from? Which part of the world? Kick lock pin. All right. Kick lock is in. Bottom bracket is in. Everything here feels good, looks good. Now we're gonna go have fun with the front fork, folks. Are you guys ready? Okay. I am. Got the front of the bike. I already prepared the front fork. It's ready to go in. But now you're gonna have to DIY your tools. What do I mean by that? I'm gonna take the phone. I'm gonna show you guys up and close. What do I mean? Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Gonna spin my camera around. All right. Okay, folks. So here's the socket, right? Cables, everything. Inside, I would suggest moving the cables out of the way of the front fork. So here inside, moving it out of the way. Now these guys, except from this one that is the lamp, this is gonna go here. All right. I gotta get those meta glasses, but I don't think they're good for live videos, because I heard a lot of people say that they're only good for like 3 minutes live, or like 3-minute videos and stuff like that. So we put the cables back in. Yeah. And they come through here, right? And then say, but that's the buttons. Why do they come down? Why they're going, bottom? And that's a $1 million question, because we're gonna have to go through the front fork. So we start at the bottom and then go up. Retouch. Oh no, I don't want retouch. Okay, retouch. I'm gonna get my prepared front fork. Now is the moment that I will have to remove the mud guard, because the cable will pass through it. Okay. Let's go with the mud guard too. Or the spot board, how they say it here in the Netherlands. Spot board. Very careful with these bolts, because they're directly on a drill bit in the front fork. So if by any chance these break, the way for you to fix it is only by replacing the front fork, or because it's on the front fork. Then you cannot type your spot board anymore, or your mud guard. This is gonna be the fun part, you know. But it can be done. Alright. I really believe that, you know, empowering people, teaching people how to do things is the best, you know, way to empower the community of riders, you know. Such a big community of, you know, bike enthusiasts and all that. Okay. So, now that the front fork is ready, this is the magic tool. It's two cables, button cables connected to an iron cable, brake cable. Should I bring it closer? I think so. So everybody can see. Come closer. Okay, so here we got the motor cable and we got the button cables. Okay, so it's very important that you look inside. Sorry. Yes, B2, I am. And so the new one is already in. So now I'm just going with the front fork. So it's very important that you realize that inside over there, you got your button cables to your right and your motor cable to your left. What am I doing, Billie Jean? I'm replacing the socket of a S3 Vamov bike. It's an electric bike. I don't know if you know about them. And if this was a human body, the smart unit would be the brain. The battery would be the heart. In the socket. Sorry that's sorry. I didn't mean to move it so much. This socket would be the nervous system. The connection between battery or heart and brain, and the distribution of peripherals, meaning everything that controls the bike. Every little nervous system comes from the socket. So when one of these rupture, the bike stops working. So I removed, this is the old one. The new one is already in. The part 1 video is uploading now as we speak. So we go back. Any questions you have, Billie Jean, feel free. My name is Han, by the way. Nice to meet you all, and thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. This is my shop, new shop that I just started working from this Saturday, you know, I'm a mobile mechanic. I fix bikes all over Amsterdam and the world. Went to Japan, Italy, Belgium, all over. All right. So you see that everything is in place. I just want to take a good look here to be sure that nothing's in the way. It's very important that you look, you know, to see if there's any cabling in the way. Because the front fork will come here. Whoop. And if there are cables in the way, they're going to get destroyed. So preparation, preparation, preparation. 80% preparation, 20% work. Okay, everything looks great. So we're going to use our special cable. Button cables at the end, we're going to connect to the buttons. Right. And I always suggest adding a little bit of tape just to, you know, fixate, because you don't want to, once the front fork is inside, you don't want to, you know, like lose the cable, like, oh, it disconnected. Bam. All right. Where's my tape? Here. Okay. Put just a tiny bit of tape. You guys watch series? I was watching The Bear, like that the cooking guy series, and he's fixating and cutting tapes, you know, like he doesn't rip the tape. And I started doing it. Keeps things more organized. You can always find the end of the tape. I need to get some scissors. Okay, got a little bit of tape on one connector. Okay. Add a little bit of tape on the other connector. So then, you know, you got your button cable guide, and now you're gonna make another guide for your front motor cable. You need two guides, right? Because you're gonna guide the cables inside the front fork. So the motor cable goes down, the button cables go up as you pull in the front fork. I'm gonna undo this cable here because I don't, you know, with the moving and everything, I couldn't find my brake cables. So I'll just undo this guy here. Oh, be careful with your hands, eh? Alright. One of like very traumatic episode when I used to work with my mouth. I always told people, cut away from you. Never cut towards you. Always away from you. And the guy was cutting a grip. And he'd be like this. Man, it opened up. Cut on his hand. He was like white. He was like, oh, I think I hurt myself. Blood everywhere. I'm not very good with blood, you know. I get a little lightheaded. Okay. Get your brake cable. Get the end part and put it together on your motor cable. You put it like right at the behind it, and then you're gonna tie it up with it. And this one, I suggest putting, you know, good tape and, you know, a good quantity because you're gonna apply a lot of pressure. It's the motor cable, so it's a thick cable. Okay. All right. Okay, you got your cables prepared. Cool. Now we're gonna start in just a minute here to answer my son. We're back. I was just sending a message to my son. It was his birthday yesterday. I shared with him. And so at least if he wants to talk with that, he can join here. He just got himself a PlayStation 5. Mom gave a gift. Such cool kids, man. He's 15 now. Great age. Okay. Cables are ready. Now comes the fun part. Going into the front part. Let's go. So, I suggest start with your motor cable. Okay? Coração de vaqueiro, tchau meu filho. You start. Come vai al play 5. Okay. So we start with the motor cable. Once we see it, we try to fish it out. You fish it out, and then you go in with the motor cable. Give a little bit of a pull until this part here. You pull it. Okay. Guide it inside here because it has to, fit very well. Go in. Okay. Until this part. Once it's in this part, you can let go. Take a breather. And now you're gonna go with your button cables, okay? Always button cables to your right, motor cable to your left. Yeah, if you're looking forward. Yeah, I think that's the only way to do it. So you're going with your button cable, guys. It's out here, okay? Put a little bit of it in, just to be sure. Now you're gonna return with your motor cable a little bit, so you have space to go in with the front fork, right? Always checking that your button cables are to your right, your motor cable to your left. Go in with the guide first. Press it in the middle, not in between. I mean, not, but yes, in between the brake cable and the light cable. Light cable, you keep it always to your extreme right. Yeah, you push this guy. So then, you can start pulling a little bit of the, let's see here. Should I go a little bit backwards? Can you guys see? I start pulling a little bit of my, okay. Put a little bit of my button cables. Put like the connectors already in. Put the other one as well. Okay. See if everything is free. One to one side, one to the other side. Okay, everything is free. So now, by pulling your motor cable guide, you're gonna start lifting your front fork. Always checking that, nothing is entangled. This is very important because this, things can go wrong. Okay. See here, it's not entangled. Cool. Pull a little bit more. Make sure that the motor cable is in place. Everybody is in place. Put this part And, you know, you gotta just chill. If something gets stuck, step back. You know, step a little bit back. Let, you know, take a breather. Never force anything. And go feeling it, you know. Okay, my button cables are already out here. Good sign. Yeah. Now we continue pushing the front fork, pulling the guide cable. Then you're gonna feel that little stop that you have on the front fork already passing, so that's cool. And you can already see the front fork cable coming out. I'm gonna show you. Yeah. Oops. Ready? Sorry that it's out of focus. Coming. Your button cables are already out. We continue. Same procedure without forcing. If you gotta force it, you step back, take a breather, smoke a cigarette, drink some water, or any drink of your preference. Not beer, of course. Beer won't help you with the socket. Okay, it's almost out. This you need a little bit of strength to pull the cable out. Oh, sorry, was out of picture. Go inside, pull the cable a little bit. Okay. Now, before you finish, you do this, pull the cable out. See if it's moving freely. See if it's moving freely. And your front fork is in. Cool, 20 minutes. Then, a little test, you move it around and you listen, see if it's touching anything. If it's making any noise of cable stretching, anything like that. And it's all good. This is done, my friends. This bike is already 80%. Now we're gonna rebuild the front fork, bearing. So we did, yeah, we're 1 hour in the repair. Cool. Client will be happy. He brought the bike today. Let's see if I can share this on Instagram. No, only through messages. We're back. We're back. I was just sharing, you know, reach more people. Okay. Little bearing. This is done. Very important. This guy. Don't forget this one. Goes inside the bearing. And the bearings are very important in front fork. You always gotta check if they're good, you know? These are already well lubricated because last time I did the maintenance on this bike not so long ago. You know, I lubricate everything, put everything in place. So we don't need to add more grease. No, it's good. See my finger all greasy. Okay. Let's put the front fork. All right. Then you feel the motor cable if there is room to wiggle. You know, never let it too dance. You know, go in with the handlebar sleeve. And now, folks, it's, you know, it's very important that we are very careful rebuilding the bike because now it's a new socket, so we cannot, like jink a cable. Then, poof, it's like you threw your work away. So now's the moment. I do it like talking here, but when you're doing it at your home, you know, you gotta put your whole self into it. So now we're closing the front fork. Next step then will be put the smart unit, put the battery. What else? Put the wheels, close the brakes, and the bike is done. Ready for the customer to pick up. He'll be very happy. He brought me the bike yesterday. It wasn't such a hurry yesterday. It was like, oh man, can you come? Please, can the bike be ready by Wednesday? Can you come Thursday? Look, man, do it like this. Bring the bike to the shop. I'll see what I can do. He was like, okay, man. Look, I'm gonna be traveling Friday. I said, okay, when you're coming back? I'm like, oh, 18th of December, 18th of January. I said, okay, man, see you in January. But I was like, oh man, this bike is gonna be sitting here for almost a month. Let me haul ass here and finish this bike. That's what I'm doing. So you can come and pick it up today. Then I free more space. Then I'm gonna start another diagnose, another socket. Then I have a customer coming at 6:30, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'll call it a day, go home, play a little bit of video games. I play Call of Duty with my kids. It's a great way to, mingle with the kids. Here I'm finishing already the front fork. Adding the main bulge in the middle. Very important, pay attention not to, bite the cable. Because, if you're not paying attention, maybe, you just go in with the screw and the cable gets bitten. And then you're gonna have to do it all over again. That happened to me once. No, oh yeah. This gotta be always free. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna free the motor cable now. Then we're ready to rock. I call it putting the bike back together. Yeah. Like putting it together, like I mean the wheels, smart unit, battery, and that's it. A socket repair will be ready. How many times I did this repair without a stand? Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ, man. I think the cool thing about hardship, working on harsh environments and stuff like that, that it makes you really appreciate the little things. And it makes you perform on a much better level once, you have the necessary tools and space. I used to, always working on the road, but sockets, when I had to do them, I would take them to the garage under the apartment of my girlfriend. Shout out to her, she's an amazing woman, and nothing would be possible without her. I want to leave that clear. Nothing would be possible without the love of my life. I love you. baby. I used to take to her garage. It's like, man, a 1x2. And I would be doing sockets there with a little bench, this bench. And no stand. So I would, practically hold the bike on my on my lap. Man, I think I did over 100 sockets. One day I'm gonna bring the bag because I didn't throw one socket away. I kept them all, the old ones, and we're gonna count together. It's probably hundreds. It's a gigantic bag. And I used to do them all on my knees. Now I got this baby here. I love it. This baby here. It's amazing. So sturdy, like a rock. It's his first day at the shop. Yeah, shout out to feedback. Hey, if you guys want to sponsor me, your product's fucking amazing. Sorry for this cursing. I want to stop cursing. I used to curse a lot. My father was like a professional curser. One of his profession was like to curse. And he would curse in Portuguese, and my father was Dutch. Hola, amigo, nice live. Some fun from SA for you. SA, South Africa? No, Mr. Steve. Mon ami, ça va? What a pleasure. It's my uncle-in-law. Damn. The man? They don't make that kind of man anymore these days, bro. That's a raising distinction, man. Love you, Mr. Steve. He's teaching me how to shoot. Oh no. Mama mia. Had a great time in South Africa. Went very quick for like 2 weeks. And if the time was great, and I want to go back there. I have many plans for South Africa. Monsieur Steve, we're gonna make history, brother. So yeah. Okay. Feel the front fork. Yeah, so I was saying, working with the right tools. Man, it's a different world. But, working under hard conditions, it gives you strength. It builds you up, because, man, I'm not gonna lie, I cried sometimes. When things don't work, and you're stuck on that little 1x2, man. It's like a little prison room, bro. And things don't work, and you move around, and everywhere you move, you hit something, and something fall on your head. Oh, Maria. Jesus, amado. I'm out here. Get stretch again. Dream come true, bro. That's why I say, believe in your dreams. Now, putting back the spot board, very important. On the screw, a little grease. These screw, they suffer a lot with the water, everything. So just add a little bit of grease. Because spot board, what is a spot board? What is the mud guard? It's that thing that will hold all the water from flying in your face. So, it's a screw that takes a lot of water. A little bit of grease. All right. A little bit of grease. And if this screw feels a little bit weird, that you cannot spin it with your finger, it's probably went out wrong, inside wrong. So you gotta remove it and put it again. Because if you go with the tool, you won't feel you won't have sensibility enough to see if it's going smoothly in. It has to go smooth in. If it doesn't go smooth in, it means that it's going twisted and it's going to ruin the drill bit. These are the little details that you gotta really pay attention. this is like such a badly done part. Doesn't feel good. It's gone. It's just my hand was slippery. Okay. And yes. Okay. Fixated, it's in. Let's put in the lamp. And we're like so done. Of course. If the bike works, eh? Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the socket is damaged. And when I use a test socket. Because all my parts that I buy are with warranty. So you know I don't even worry about testing them before. I already did the rookie mistake of not testing a socket before installing. And it wasn't working. So now comes the moment of truth, my friends. Now is the moment that we're gonna test everything. So let's put it, you know, on a nice position here. No cuts, no stems, no seats. Let's see what's gonna happen. Are you guys ready for this? I'll start with the battery. Now the bike is all assembled. Now it's the moment that we're gonna test to see if it turns on. Be careful with the direction of the cables. Battery gotta always go in smoothly. You can see it. Okay, cool. Battery gotta always go in smoothly. Smart unit as well. Smart unit, you slide it in very easy. Don't do like sha, because it can break the pins. So you're going very smoothly. Pop, 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 pop. Stop. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 90% we're at. Now, always good to have a little test button. So you can test to unlock the bike. So you don't need to go with the handlebar stuff. You can go with the handlebar already. But let's unlock the bike now. And then we're gonna test the front wheel. See if it's spinning. And if it's spinning. Mission accomplished, right? We did it. Thank you. We did it. In an hour and a little bit. Where's my test socket? Up here. Sorry. I always have a button attached to my test socket. Where are you? Here. Use a little test button. We did it. Mission accomplished. So far, nah? We still gotta test if the power assistant is working. Right? The bike turns on, no errors. Whoa, that's amazing. What is this? What's that noise? What else? You know, the bike turns on, everything cool, but the reason why we are replacing the socket is because the bike didn't have power assistance. So before it was turning on as well. So now we go in with the front wheel. Very careful now because now everything is new. We don't want to ruin stuff. Putting in the front wheel. Front wheel is in. You can hand tight it is okay. Or you just use your anti-theft tool. Now it's the moment, my friends. Like they say in Portuguese, é agora que a cobra vai fumar, meu. The snake is gonna smoke now. Okay. Motor cables in. Will it work? Will it work? What do you guys reckon? Make it very high. Will it work? I don't know. But I have to find out. If it doesn't work, we won't get upset. It's part of the game. It's part of the deal. Spin the front wheel. It did work. But that's the way we do it. We gotta never have expectation. Maximum effort. Zero expectation. Maximum effort. Zero expectation. The outcome will always be doubtful. Steve knows. Okay. Cool. Now it's just a matter of putting the handlebar back together. Contacting the customer, saying, hey bro, your bike is ready. You guys have any doubts? Anything that you would like to ask? No? Yeah, I'm gonna stay still online a little bit. If you have any doubts, any questions, hit me up. Yeah? Or you can add me on Instagram, Han_PIECK, or at HanMove. You can add me on Facebook, Han Peak Filho. TikTok, HAN_PIECK. Here you can write me messages, email, Han@HanMove. I'm here at your, at your will to help you out with any doubt, anything. Now I'm gonna align. Before I put in the wheels that are very heavy, I'm gonna align my cables. So I like doing this like this. Put the bike upside down. Then I go doing the cables. No support in error 48. Are these related? Yes. Error 48, if I'm not mistaken. Bert. We got to take a look. My memory is not the best. But I believe there's something to do with your SIM card. If that was 54. So when it doesn't read the SIM card, it they don't it doesn't give power support. Could be a problem in the smart unit itself. Yeah, there you go. The SIM card. So you can remove your smart unit. Yeah, they're related. You can remove the smart unit. Then by the side of the smart unit, there's a little door, a rubber one, on the side, not the bottom, not on the side. If I'm not mistaken, on your right hand side. Yeah. You can just lift that little rubber door and you're gonna see the smart unit in there. The smart unit, the SIM card. Yeah. Little thingy inside there. So you can go with a tool and just push the SIM card back in. Sometimes due to an impact or vibration, the SIM card goes out. So you can just remove this smart unit, check out that little SIM card door, and put it back in. If that doesn't help, then it's a problem on the smart unit. It happens. Can you connect to the bike with your app? Let me know, brother. Or else just stop by the shop. We do it together. No problem. Now what I did, I went inside. The app works. Okay, so you have connection. All right, man. That's already something. It's already something. Try to remove the smart unit from the top tube. Remove all the 7 screws. I'm going to show you because it's very important that you don't remove the wrong screws. Eh? Okay, brother. Look. Here's the smart unit. Yeah. So you're going to remove all the screws from under the charging port. Don't remove the ones on top. These are the socket screws. If you remove this, your socket will be loose. So you forget the ones that are like this and just go for the ones on the bottom of the smart unit. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remove these guys. Remove the seat, and then put something like this. Can you see? You go here, and you push the smart unit out. That's a great question. A friend of mine was actually talking about this. That this problem is happening with the S1 already. They're not using the, I think that what you mean. They're not using that, how you call it, hedge network. And they're having problems. I don't know if the S3 is 2G. I wouldn't know. I have to research a little bit and come back to you. But that's more or less it. A friend of mine that works with telecommunication, he was trying to work something around, create, I don't know, something that would help the S1 users. But your problem is not related to that. And the S3s, I believe they're going to be riding for a long, long time. Especially with the new parts and everything, Try that. But probably 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 is the SIM card that got out of the socket. So you just got to push it back in. Okay. Thanks for stopping by anyways, man. If you want to subscribe to the channel, the G3. Oh, yeah? Okay, good to know, brother. Yeah, that's the destiny, man. The S1 use a different SIM card, and it's already like... Bummer, man. And look, I don't want to talk bad about the company, but it's so unfair that they're like, don't want to produce parts for the S3, the most sold bike, They want just like what? They want to rebuy it now from you for pennies. So you a buy-in. I don't want to talk bad about the company, you know. I love the bike, man, but what's happening on the remote world? Now that a guy, I don't know where, I think Facebook or whatever. I don't know if you're in the Facebook groups. I already tried to clean and swap the SIM card. In nothing. Ooh, fuck. Okay, man. Gonna have to bring the smart unit in, and we're gonna have to send it to the lab so the guys can check out. For real. But yeah, so you did everything. You already did it all. Yeah, nothing new. Oh, let me just answer my customer. Sorry, folks, I just had to answer the customer, the owner of the bike. Okay, smart unit in. And that's it. That's it, my friends. Damn. That's crazy, Bert. Then you're way more advanced than my knowledge in electronics, brother. Opala. What happened here? The tripod fell. I brother, I'm sorry. I never connected my cartridge to the laptop, man. Congrats. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you, brother. Respect. Anything, if you're in the Netherlands, stop by, man. You know, we can, check out together. You know, and I can send your smart units to some of my business partners that, fix smart units and stuff like that. And I can help you out, brother. No, come on, man. We're in this together, bro. We're in this together, bro. And if we don't speak to each other, soon I'll be doing X3 soccer then. I have two here waiting for me. Mom, yeah, that's gonna be nuts. So if you want to subscribe, and that's gonna be crazy. That, my friend, is gonna be insane. So yeah, if you want to stop by, send me a little message. What messages? What message? Yes, brother. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Man. You know your stuff, eh? Funny. Yeah, man, we're getting to the end of our live stream. Thank you so much, and it's gonna continue. I'm gonna bring a lot of funny stories. What just happened? Oh, a spacer. I'm gonna bring a lot of funny stories. I was even thinking maybe trying to create some kind of podcast or something like that. Inviting. Hey, see you, brother. Thank you so much. Love it, man. Love it. Thanks. Thanks for the support, man. Thank you for the support. It's very important. Make a little podcast, bring riders, mechanics, old school both mechanics, people that used to work there. Maybe one day even manage, to bring Taco and Teas for an interview. Bring shop owners, share their experience, riders. Just I have like this idea in mind. Movecast. I said it first here. Anybody copies it, shame on you. The podcast of the Van Moof Rider. Yeah, maybe one day. So yeah, here we're finishing, man. Here we're calling it a day. Now we're gonna go closing the battery. What time is it? 4:30. Chill. A little bit tricky. Okay, battery is in. Now, everything is closed. We can already go with the rear wheel. Go in with the rear wheel. Make sure that everything is aligned. Finish off brown. Put a plastic cover here. Now we're gonna go with the handlebar. Then the handlebar is always like that trick. It's like, oh man, which one is the boost? Which one is the thing? It's always a little bit of a hit and miss, man. You can test it out. Before you start closing it. So you put in the bell. Let's see if we get it right at first. Yeah. Mamma mia. The bike gods are with us today. They are among us. Right. Spacer. Oh. It's inside. Little handlebar screws. Always make sure that it's aligned and don't tighten them, yeah? Just put them, both of them in, and then you tighten cross. Because if you start tightening one first, it can, put it, the other one to be crooked. So you just put both of them in, and then you tighten crisscross. You tighten a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Go to our brake. I don't think we lost any brake fluid in the procedure today, but if you do lose brake fluid, Then we just bleed it again. But I don't remember losing any brake fluid today. Make it very tight. Okay. The bike is also in very good shape. No, he keeps it inside. That's a big secret for the remote bike, keeping it inside. So yeah, folks, this was it. This was the first live tutorial on the S3 in two parts. There are two videos. The first one is being uploaded. The second one is this one. No cuts, no stems, no seeds. We did it. Yes. Live from my shop here in Amsterdam. Thank you everybody who joined, everybody who commented, everybody who sent likes and hearts, subscribers. It means a lot to me, you know. It's very cool to be able to do this on my own without any ball-breaking boss telling me, oh, what you doing? You're doing videos. You shouldn't be doing videos. Why are you teaching people? The customers are not coming. Empower the community. That's the most important thing. So it's very cool. I'm here. Doing my thing. Do my thing. Like this socket repair was a success. Be sure that the little stripe inside the handle bar lever or sleeve, sorry, the aluminum sleeve, are very well aligned. Okay. Okay. Let's see if the front fork. Yeah, good. Finish putting in the wheel. Yeah, if the wheel starts, you know, like acting up, you just bring it to the ground. Just bring it to the ground since it's already like the end of the repair. Tighten it up. Now we're gonna do one last test with all the bike, you know, assembled, just to be sure, you know, that the E-shifter is working, that the boost is working. Again, the person can collect his bike. Bring it back to the stand. Just putting the bike back on the stand. Make it tight. Put the shifter back. Did everybody see okay? Should I put it? Oh, sorry. Okay. Your shifter connected. Let's turn it off. Oops. Okay. Gonna fix the chain guard. This is just the fire touching the mud guard because it's empty, so it's a little bit. Okay. We did it, folks. Done deal. Socket repair complete. Thank you so much for everybody that watched. Probably the part 2 will be uploaded as well today. And any questions, any doubts, anything, inquiries, requests, send a message. Thank you so much for everybody that participated. If you can, please, would be awesome if you would subscribe to the channel. Have a great one, folks, and see you next time. It's gonna be soon.